Good morning, students. I welcome you all once again for software testing class. We are discussing unit number 3 and we're discussing about static testing techniques there. So in the last classes, we discussed what is static testing techniques. So static testing techniques is nothing but you're going to check the code without executing the code. You check it, whether the software or your design or requirements are ready or not, you're going to check it. That is what we call static testing. So in that we have discussed what we call formal review process. So how it is being checked, what we discussed in the last class. Formal review process, first we will identify the objectives. Yes, what are the objectives of the what you can call review. Then we plan it. Yes, we plan it. Then what do you call, then we form a team. Who are the members of the team? Can somebody tell me who are the different members of the team who are going to review it? The last class what we discussed, who are the members to form a team?
Manager, moderator,
manager, yes,
author,
fine. Moderator,
author, reviewer, and the scribe or the recorder.
5 persons together may form a team. So one is the manager, one is the moderator, one is the what you call author, then who else? Reviewers and recorder. 5 members were there. So what you call, these people form a team, and then we plan it. Then we do the review. That is what we have discussed there. So we shall continue again some of the things regarding the static testing techniques. In today's class, we'll discuss about what do you mean by informal reviews, walkthroughs, inspections, and making reviews successful. So these are the things what we'll be discussing in today's session. Yes. So we have discussed yesterday what you call formal reviews. What do you mean by formal reviews? Formal reviews means what? Yesterday we discussed formal review is nothing but what you call intimation is given to the person or members to review the thing, that you need to review the code on particular date. As I told you, example 20th June at 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock you need to check the code. You have been assigned that work. We call that as a formal. A task is assigned to you and a written intimation or maybe a mail will be sent to you or maybe a message will be sent to you to do the things what you can call. That is what you call formal. So informal maybe simply you may ask your friend to check. Suppose while designing or while writing a program, you may ask somebody, your friend, to check whether it is right or not. That is we call informal. Yes. So formal means formal revision. Officially you have been assigned to do the particular task. That is what we call formal reviews. So in today's session, we will be discussing about informal reviews, walkthroughs, what inspections, and making reviews successful. What we're going to discuss that. Yes. So what do you mean by informal review? As I told you, informal review means there is no intimation. Just you are writing, you might have designed the algorithm or you might have written the code. So your friend is there, maybe a development team or testing team, whatever it may be there is. So you may ask what you can call a person to check it. There is no formal process. So as in the case of formal review, there is a process is there, there is a team is there, members are there, and they have got some particular activity to be done there. But in the case of informal review, there is no procedure, formal process that you have to check his code or he has to check somebody else's code. No, nothing. Anybody can check the code there. That is what we call no formal process there. Yes, there may be pair programming or a technical lead reviewing designs and code there. What is it? A pair programming. What is pair programming? 2 persons sit together and they may do the things what you can call that. Yes, they may do the things what you can call. So 2 persons sit together and pair 2 persons together. We call it pair. So they may check the code, they may check the design, they may review the code what you can call. That is what you call a pair programming or a one person is assigned. It is what you call, it is not formally. Some person, there may be 10 developers and that there may be one senior developer may be there. So then you may ask him what you can call, you may ask him to ask him to join the review the particular software what you call or the code or the design. Optionally may be documented. So they may ask you to write the things, or it is not mandatory because it's not a formal process, an informal process. So you may ask you to write or you may not ask you to write. That depends. Optionally may be documented what you can call it. They may be documented what you can call it. You can call it as they may be documented what you call it. Yes, optionally may be. What are the things to be reviewed? Yes, design or what you can call or you can design may be there or code may be there, whatever it may be there. So whatever you're going to review, you may write it or you may not write it. It is not mandatory, optionally. may vary in usefulness depending on the reviewer then. So this informal review may be helpful, what you call, based on the reviewer what call. Main purpose, inexpensive way to get some benefit. One advantage is that, so before some in front of the reviewer, what you can call, if the reviewers identified mistake, before reviewer identifying the mistake, it is better to form informal review can be done that, so that you can minimize the number of, what you can call, you can minimize the number of bugs or defects, what you can call. In front of the reviewer, if you identify the mistake, then it will be a, what do you call that, you might have done so many mistakes that instead of that, so before going to the review, formal review, informal review can be done that. So you can ask your team member, or you can ask your manager, or some person to check the design or code that, so that you can minimize the minimum number of defects. The advantage of this purpose is inexpensive way to get some benefit there. So you're not paying any extra money for checking the things. One of your team member is going to check what are the things you have done it. That is what we call informal review, what you can call that. Yes, somebody go through this.
Key characteristics of informal review: no formal process. There may be pair programming or a technical lead reviewing designs and code. Optionally may be documented, may vary in usefulness depending on the reviewer. Main purpose is inexpensive way to get some benefit.
Yeah, so without any extra paying the money for the employee. See, moderator is extra person, some other persons are there. So you need to pay for them extra. But here, reviewing the things with your colleagues may not they may not charge any extra there, because it is their part of the work, what you can call that. That is what you call. So that is what we call informal review, what you can call that. Yes, that is the first one what we have discussed, informal review. Next is we'll be discussing about walkthrough. What do you mean by walkthrough then? Yes, so in the walkthrough, so meeting is led by the author, the person who has written the program. He is in charge of the, what you can call, meeting there. Yes, then scenarios, dry runs, or peer group, or what will be there. Yes, so what you call, so many people will be there. Peer group means the people who are working in the same team may be there. Yes, or some what you can call, some other members also may be there, something like that. Yes, yes, what is scenarios or dry runs or peer group, something like that. And this meeting will be led by or hosted by the author itself. Is it clear? He is going to do that. So option is a pre-meeting preparation of reviewers, review report, list of finding, and scribe is done. Yes, what is this? So who is going to be a reviewer? Who is going to be a recorder? Who is going to present the code? All those things. Pre-meeting preparation. Suppose before going to review, suppose you have to review your code maybe next month or maybe next week. So before going to the review, you are checking the code here itself. Option, what you call, like before the review itself, you're getting the things, whether we have done the code or design or requirements correctly or not. You are going to check it in your team itself. That is what we can call walkthrough then. A pre-meeting preparation of reviewers, review report, what are the list of findings, and scribe. And who here, scribe is not the author here. Here may be a writer, what you can call. Yes, we may do it here. So before reviewing, we may check whatever you have done or not. Like for example, at the end of the examination, what you do before submitting your answer papers, you check whether you have written all the answers correctly or not. At the end, usually that is what we can call walkthrough that. Yes. So at the end, just you'll glance whether all the question papers are right, question numbers are right or not. You check and then you submit the answer paper at the end of the exam. That is what we can call as a walkthrough. You'll not go through in detail at the end of the examination. In the same way, yeah, that is what we can call walkthrough. It is optionally what you can call, what are the requirements for the preparations for the meeting. We get prepared here, what you call. It may vary in practice from quite informal to very formal. Sometimes this walkthrough can be formal or it can be informal also there. The main purpose here is learning, gaining understanding, and defect finding, what you can call it. What is the main purpose here? Learning, gaining, understanding, and defect finding, what you can call. So advantage of walkthrough is that you can learn the things. Yes, so you can understand what he or she has done, and if there are any defects, you may find out and you can remove that defect before going to the reviewer, what you can call. Yes, that is what another advantage of walkthroughs. Yes, so you can learn the things, you can understand the things, and you can eliminate the defects, what you can call that. Yes, you can eliminate the defects, what you call. That is what the advantage of walkthroughs, what you can call. Yes, fine. Somebody go through this.
Characteristics of walkthrough: meeting led by author, scenarios, dry runs, peer group, optionally a pre-meeting preparation of reviewer, review report, list of findings, and scribe, who is not the author. May vary in practice from quite informal to very formal. Main purposes: learning, gaining understanding, defect finding.
So what is the advantage of walkthrough is that you can learn the things, you can understand the things, and if there are any defects, you can find the defects and you can rectify. Before going to review, it's what you can call, before what you call reviewing, you may do the checking the things. That is what we can call it as a walkthrough. Whether we are ready for the meeting or not, whether we have prepared all the things or not, we need to check it. That is what we can call as a walkthrough, what you can call that. It's fine. Next, inspection. Third is nothing inspection. What do you mean by inspection? Inspection is nothing but some person will come and check the things, whether you are what you can call you have done the things right or not, based on the documentation, based on the rules, or based on the design, based on the code, based on your requirements. Everything is being checked officially or formally, what you can call inspection. So it is led by a trained moderator, not the author. So moderator is a person, as we discussed yesterday, who is going to coordinate the entire meeting with the manager, with the author, with the what you call reader, yes, recorder, and so on, reviewers and so on. So moderator is a person who is going to organize this review, and he is going to check the whatever the things you have done or not. That is what we call inspection, based on the documents what you have, like SRS is there, your design document is there, or your code is there. Everything will be checked there, what you can call. So that is what you call. So inspection is led by a person, we call him as a moderator there. Usually peer examination, what you can call. So usually we what you call the team members are there, the persons who are there in the same what you can call company, we call them as the peers, what you can call them. Usually peer examination. Then everybody has got defined roles. As you have seen the review meeting, there are various persons are there. Manager is there, then what you call moderator is there, recorder is there, reviewers are there. Then who else is there after reviewers? One more member. Who is one more member? Manager, reviewers, moderator, author. Yes, author is there, reviewers are there, and record. 5 persons are there. Yes, fine. It's recorder. So everyone has got some definite roles are there. So reviewer, they are going to check the code. Some review, and the reviewer should be what you call expert enough. So every reviewer has got some definite role. One role cannot check all the things there. Some reviewers will check the code. Some reviewers will check the design. Some reviewers will check the requirements. So every reviewers has got some definite roles. Project manager has got will initiate or start the meeting. Yes, then moderator has to organize this meeting, and he is to monitor whether all the things are going on properly or not, and recorder has to record the things, and author has to explain the things line by line. So if anyone, what is the action to be taken, they are going to note down. So that is what we call your defined roles. So during inspection, every member has got some definite role is specified. What is his role? He has to do that. Formal process based on rules and checklists with entry and exit criteria. A checklist will be given there. So whether based on the checklist, variables are declared, variables are defined, or for example, your algorithm is defined, comments are there, and so on, for example. So there is a checklist given there. We'll be discussing in this chapter what are the different checklists available. We'll see that. So what do you mean by checklist and so on? Yes, checklist nothing but the list which are the things to be done that is written. We call that as a checklist. What you can call the things to be checked. We call that as a checklist here. Yes. So that is what you call in the inspection. So it is led by the moderator. Yes, who is not the author, and usually peer examination. Whatever peer examination, so a team of members, they're going to examine you or check the things what you have done, and every team member has got some definite roles like moderator, manager, author, recorder, and reviewers, and they're going to check the things based on the documents or based on the checklist. What is the entry criteria and what is the exit criteria? That is what the role of the team called as inspection is. Fine. Go through this, somebody.
Inspection key characters. Lead by trained moderator, not the author. Usually peer examination. Defined rules. Formal process based on rules and checklist with entry and exit criteria.
Yes, that is about the third is inspection, what we have discussed. That is fine. Some more points about inspection. What is this? Then pre-meeting preparation, even the team which is going for inspection also, they need to discuss what are the things to be done, what are the things to be checked. So they also will come prepared. They'll just not come randomly there. They cannot go directly for the inspection. So before going to the inspection, they will also prepare that. What do you call pre-meeting preparation? What is they call? Suppose we want to go for a meeting tomorrow. So the entire team members like manager, moderator, reviewers and all. So they will sit together and have prepared what are the things to be checked. So they need to have what they need to have the checklist there. We call that inspection report or list of findings, what to check there. All those they should have the documents. Without the documents, they cannot go. They cannot go and ask the company there. Yes. So the author there. So they should go prepared there. So they meet and have a discussion. We call that as a pre-meeting preparation. They will get all the documents to be checked. And report will be there. They need to submit the report. How many defects were there, or any bugs were there, or there were some documents was missing, or data was missing. They need to submit the report after at the end of the inspection there. So we call that report as inspection report, and what they have found out, that list of findings. And after that, after submitting the report, they need to follow it up. You have seen yesterday in the action plan, they need to follow it up. Whether the defects what they have identified, whether it has been rectified by the developers, and it has been tested, and it has been in a continuous process. So that is what we call formal follow-up process. Last week, you might have completed the meeting, and suppose you are given a follow-up, whether you're given some defects, whether those defects have been rectified or not, they need to check it. That is what we call formal follow-up process. Follow-up. Optionally, process improvement and reader will be there. Yes. So what do you call? So what do you call? There may be reader may be there who going to check the things or whatever it is there. Yes. Then main purpose of inspection is to find the defects. So this is static testing. Static testing is checking the what do you call? We are checking the documents, whether a document or a code or design is right or not without executing. That is what we call finding defects. So the main purpose of inspection is to find the defects, what we can call. Yes, go through these points.
Pre-meeting preparation, inspection report, list of findings, formal follow-up process, optionally process improvement and reader, main purpose, find defects.
Yes, so this is the role of your what you can call the team inspection. They need to prepare, they'll be giving the report, what they have found out, and then they need to follow up also that. Yes, so the main purpose of inspection is to find the defects, what you call. Yes, fine. Next is about reviews. What do you mean by review? What is the work of the review? What they're going to do? Review is done to find defects, not to find out who did the mistake. What is the aim? So where is the mistake, or what is the mistake there? Who has done it? Not the aim. So what is the mistake in the program? Some design may be wrong, or some requirement might have not been written, or some code might have been incomplete, something like that. So the review is done to find the defects and not to find out who did the mistake, X person or Y person. No, we're not bothered about that. We are bothered about the defect in the software, whoever might have done it. Yes. The moderator has to ensure that members discuss issues but not to argue. So when author is reading the code, the reviewers will check the code is right or not. So they may tell that there is a defect in that. There should not be any argument. There should be a discussion there. So the author may tell that I have written it right. The reviewer may tell that there may be a wrong. There can be discussion but not an argument. Yes, the team members the team member should not get emotionally attached to their work. Sometimes whenever you say that you've done mistake to others, definitely he will be getting angry there, because according to him, he said that I have not done any mistake. The code is right. Usually the developers will get angry when somebody else or reviewers or testers identify the mistake, because they are very emotionally attached to the work. If you say that you've done wrong, so you'll get angry. Definitely that is the nature of the human beings there. So there should not be any argument. There should be a discussion. So you may tell it, yes, there's a mistake is that. So he may agree it, and then he may try to rectify it. Yes, there should not be any argument. There should be a discussion. It's the role of the moderator to ensure that there should not be any argument there. That is what. Yes, fine. Go through this.
Reviews is done to find defects, not to find out who did the mistake. The moderator has to ensure that members discuss issues but not argue. The team members should not get emotionally attached to their work.
Yeah, when what you can call the reviewers say that there is a mistake, they should not be emotionally attached and get angry. That should not happen. That yes, they should accept that and try to analyze. Yes, I might have done the mistake. I will rectify that. Yes, that is what that should be the thing in the case of reviews. So the main aim of review is to find the defects and not to find out who did the mistake. Next, the objective of review meeting should be clearly defined. Yes, so as you discussed that the objectives should be clear. What is the purpose of review? So it should be clearly defined. Their purpose is should to be find the defects. That's all. Who has done it? It is not their concern. That yes, their aim is to find the defects. That is the only purpose. That yes. So it should be clearly defined. The objectives of review meeting should be clearly defined. The review team should have persons with expertise and those who look at things objectively. So in the team and the review members, they should not be young and what you call aggressive members there. They should have been expert persons to what you can call the fresh what you call fresh engineers or fresh trainees should not be as a part of the review team because they'll not be knowing how to review the things there. So the team members of the review should be an expert team or the people who are expert in their domain. They should be the team members, what you can call them. The review team should have persons with expertise and those who look at things objectively. Yes, they should not be any grudge or something like that. They should think it in an objective manner, a purposeful manner. Every member of the review committee should go prepared for the meeting. As you've seen, there are different members are there: moderator, manager, reviewers, and what you call recorder. So every member should go to the meeting prepared for the meeting. So without preparation, you should not go there. What are the things to be done? You may have a report, yes, what you call defects finding reports or list, everything. You should go, what you call, and before going to the meeting, what you can call the manager or they will be giving the what are the objectives of the meeting or agenda of the meeting there. So you should go through that properly and try to complete the meeting. What you can call. So every member of the review committee should be prepared for prepared for the meeting. Without preparation, should not attend the meeting. What you can call. Yes, fine. Yes, fine. Next, go through this somebody.
The objectives of review meeting should be clearly defined. The review team should have persons with expertise and those who look at things objectively. Every member of the review committee should go prepared for the meeting.
Yeah. So the objective should be clearly defined and there should be a person with an expertise. The persons who are expert in their what you can call the field, they should be the members of the team. The others should not be there. The young youngsters or inexperienced person should not be the part of the team, and every member of the committee should go prepared for the meeting there. That is about your reviews. Then when can we say that reviews will be successful? What you can call this, like checklist and coding guidelines should be used in the review. We'll see the later topics. What are the guidelines or what are the checklists and all we'll be discussing this. Checklist and coding guidelines should be used in the review. When you're checking the things, so whether the developer or the coder or designer, whether he has followed the guidelines or not. For programming language, there are guidelines. So there are for designing your web application, there are checklists are there. Yes, for every application, there are checklists are available. Whether those procedures they have been followed or not, you need to check it there. And whether they are following the guidelines, they should check it there. Yes, after every project is completed, these checklists should be updated. So when the project is completed, so what you can call the programmer or designer or a coder, they should update that checklist. What are the things you're using the checklist? Yes, project manager should provide the necessary resources for the review meeting. For the review meeting, the project manager should give all the checklists. What are the things they have done it there? What are the things, checklist is the list which they have done it there. Whether variables are declared, whether they followed the proper guidelines or not. All those things are given. We'll be discussing later there. What are the different various types of checklists are there? Yes. That is what we'll be discussing there. Yes. So all those things should be given to the project manager should provide for the review team, what you can call that, so that they can check whether all these things have been implemented or not. Is it clear? That is what we call. So that is what we call checklist there. So project manager should provide the necessary resources for the review meetings. Let's go through this.
checklists and coding guidelines should be used in the review. After every project is completed, these checklists should be updated. Project manager should provide the necessary resources for the review meetings.
So it is responsibility of the project manager to provide the necessary resources for the review meetings, what you can call. Yes, next. Again, some more points are there. Yes, the review should help in improving overall software development process. Why there is a review? What is the necessity of a review? If there is no review, what happens? So the purpose of reviews is to improve the overall software development process. So why? If there are any defects, so we can rectify those defects. We can improve the quality of the software. That is the main purpose there. So because of that, we are having the reviews there. Yes, so the main purpose of review is to improve the overall software development process while obtaining productivity metrics such as how many defects were found per 1,000 lines of code. See, how can we measure the productivity, or we call how many defects were found out for 1,000 lines. If, for example, 100 means that we call 90% it is effective, what you can call it. So you have found out 100 in 1,000 means, so it is 90% your software is correct, whereas 10% it is wrong, what you can call like that. So based on the number of defects we have found out, we call that as a productivity. The focus should be on the average value for the total team rather than for individual team members. Like for example, one member there, for example, one team may do so many mistakes, one team may not do any mistake, like that. So how can we identify the productivity? The productivity should be on an average base, not by the minimum or the maximum. Suppose the one team might have got 50% errors, one team might have got 10% errors. So we cannot say that 90% the software is project or what you call the correct. Based on average, we should find out the average of all the entire team. Then we can say that will be the productivity of the software, what you can call. So that is the work of the reviews, what you can call that. So the review, and they should help in improving overall software development process while obtaining productivity metrics. Then how will we obtain how many defects are found out for 1,000 lines of code? We call that as productivity. And the focus should be on the average value for the total team rather than for individual team members. Yes, so we should calculate the productivity based on the average and not on the individual team members. So that is what we have discussed. That is about your reviews successful. So these are the things what we need to discuss in the today's class. So we have discussed what are the things we discussed in the today's class. So we discussed about, yes, so informal reviews, walkthroughs, inspection, and making reviews successful. So these are the things what we discussed in the today's class. Any doubts in this class? Are you following? Are you understanding the things or no?
Understanding, sir.
Okay then. Okay. So in no doubts then. Okay, then we shall wind up the class for today's. Okay. Thank you.
Sir, videos.
Yes. Pardon? I'll upload.
Videos, sir.
I will upload the videos of session